Welcome back to Ace Combat Zero, Mission 8.
Belka's second line of defense stretches across the Schayne Plains in the central region of southern Belka. Centered on two anti-aircraft camps, this line blocks our refueling unit's air route and is already delaying our military plans. This operation will consist of attacks on enemy ground troops and engagements with enemy fighters. There will be 3 squadrons in total. You can decide which one to accompany. Alpha Team will be responsible for destroying enemy ground ordnance. Beta Team's job will be to eliminate air resistance and destroying enemy ground ordnance. Theta Team will eliminate air resistance. Escort Allied transport craft after each mission is completed. That is all.
So yeah, it looks like we have a choice of missions for this one. Unfortunately, we are not going to be seeing the other two, but that's okay because luckily I have brought in an expert on Ace Combat. Please say hello to Faerie Fortune.
Hi.
Hi Faye, how are you?
I'm fine. I can't do this joke.
What joke? What do you mean?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. You've got good planes.
Yeah. Well, these are the ones that we can technically buy that I've unlocked. Unfortunately, yeah, the one I kind of want is the Su-37 Terminator that you saw there, but it's too much money. I can't afford it. So for this one, we are going with the MiG-29A, the good old Russian F-15 knockoff.
Yeah, Russia. Oh, goodness. Some nice poetry before the air combat.
Yes it is, and fun fact that intro stanza changes depending on how far you are into the game.
Huh. That's pretty good. Nice little touch.
Yeah.
Belkan fighters approaching. Shoot them down and secure air superiority.
So yeah, like the briefing said, this is primarily an air-to-air mission, so we don't have to worry about any ground targets for this one.
Yeah, I mean, that's good, because the game's focused around planes, so, I mean, yeah. Right?
Yes, that is technically true.
Call 2, roger. How many planes should I shoot down today?
All of them, perhaps.
No, they're NPC planes. They can't do shit in this game.
Oh, good. I'm glad that these planes are basically like the stormtroopers of this game.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, the only reason that Cypher, the player character, is as famous as he is because he is the only one who is actually competent in this game.
So it's sort of a One Punch Man situation going on.
Pretty much, yeah. Cypher literally is Saitama.
A good egg.
Yes. And of course, in keeping with the One Punch Man, I guess, analogy, Pixie is his Genos.
Excellent. Do people ship them also? Why am I asking this? I know the answer.
Yeah, there is, I think, fan art of, like, I don't know how the hell you could create fan art of a character that literally has no face or personality, but people have done it.
I mean, people do it with lightning, they can do it with this.
Oh!
Yeah, sick burn on lightning.
Yeah. And Artix isn't here to defend her.
Artix would agree with me. She's a
Yeah,
cardboard
vocally,
box with a frowny face painted on it.
But, you know, in his heart, he is breaking up right now, though.
He's tearing himself apart inside, it's true.
Yeah, he puts on the brave face, but inside he's like, Lightning-sama.
My waifu.
Yeah. You know she's modeling Louis Vuitton right now?
Really? That wasn't a joke? I thought that was a...
No, that's...
I thought that was a joke! See, fashion is something I actually do know things about. I seriously thought that was a joke Photoshop.
No, that's actually real.
Excuse me, I need to go, like, crush capitalism. Oh, goodness. Full communism now. Please.
No, that's Ace Combat 5.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Yeah, that's a couple games down the line, but don't worry, once Euctibania starts acting up, you'll be more than welcome back.
To talk about all 2 facts I know about communism.
Yeah.
For some reason, and I don't know why, like, I'm gonna give up the pretense I know nothing about this game, but I was expecting it to be like a strategy RPG for some reason.
What?
I don't know why.
Like, you didn't even, like, just Google it? Like I said, like, a month ago, oh, hey, I want you on for Ace Combat eventually. You're like, okay, and then you just, like, oh. What?
I don't... I'm not that smart, okay?
What part of, like, I told you, like, it's Ace Combat, it's a game involving, like, fighter planes, and...
Yeah, I thought it was
that...
like a, you know, like a civilization type thing, but, like, but the battles are more, like, complex and, like, SRPG style. I don't know, that's what I was thinking.
How? I've known you for a solid year, and you still somehow find ways to absolutely gobsmack me, Faye.
It's why people bring me onto these things.
At least the topic hasn't devolved into talk about dragon dildos yet.
I'm not here with C. Jacob, so there's no danger of that.
Yeah, no, he was on for one of the earlier ones. Just imagining how angry all the people in the Ace Combat 3rd are going to be watching this video going, why is she talking about that?
I'm sorry, Fred.
And to that I apologize profusely. Please still love me.
Yeah, this is all my fault, not Crow's. I can't... like, my train of thought has no rails. It cannot be derailed because there were never rails to begin with.
Yep. It has already left the track and is in mid-flight down the ravine.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like that train from that Bubsy level.
Oh god, no.
It just keeps going over the endless bridge over the pit.
Oh. Were you there when we watched the Bubsy cartoon afterwards, or had you gone to bed by that point?
I was there, but I wasn't there, if that makes sense.
I don't think any of us were by that point.
It was 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was just like, okay, Bubsy's niece and nephew are shitty kids, I'm going to bed. That's all I can remember about the Bubsy cartoon.
Yeah, I think we were just pleading with you by that point. Just, Faye, go to bed, go to bed. And, oh my god, that goddamn Harrier is still being a pain in my ass.
Yeah, it's messing you up.
Yeah, this is what happens, basically, if you, try to go for that optional mission that cropped up, like, about a minute or so ago.
Yeah?
Like, if you, break away from the main fight and go run down the planes that are chasing down that, F-20, the other planes are going to just basically swarm you, and by the time you get back into the, you know, the sway of the fight, more or less, it just turns into a giant fur ball. And you were just going to be trying to dodge missiles every which way.
Yeah, that actually kind of makes sense to me from, like, a tactical perspective. Like, not even doing a bit now, that does actually make sense to me. Like, if somebody breaks away to, you know, go attack a target, you go attack them.
Yeah.
They're an easy target, they have no protection.
And I do appreciate that the game sort of does that, like, one of the themes of the game is, like, okay, like, how realistic is it to be, like, chivalrous and knightly and to act for other people as opposed to acting for yourself? And there are points of the game where, like, if you go to try and rescue someone, like, you will get swarmed, and it's like, okay, you just gotta be prepared for that, so it's like, is the self-sacrifice worth it? Like, it's a nice way of sort of hammering that point home in a less obtuse manner than they do in the narrative.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. I like games that do that.
Thank you for securing air superiority.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, that went rather well.
Yeah, that went almost too well.
What was that? Something flashed again.
Okay.
What was that?
So, yeah, Belka has a large-scale weaponized chemical laser in 1995.
That's not...
Yep.
Okay.
Faye, you're a scientist. How does that work?
I'm not a chemist, is the thing. Or an engineer. So I don't know. But I don't think either of those people would know either. Like, I'm a mathematician. I could maybe calculate how far away it was if I knew various things. But I can't even do... Like, there is no science that can explain this bullshit.
Oh, great. Well, we're off to a great start in terms of super weapons, then.
It's a space laser. Like, it's a magic space laser.
Well, technically, as we're going to see in the next mission, it's a ground-based laser.
Well, it's a magic ground laser, then. It's still a magic laser that makes no sense. Like, what chemical... Like, okay, if it's a chemical thing, are they just, like, blasting chemicals up in a concentrated beam? And if so, what chemicals are they using to make a reaction like that? How are they making it so focused, and how are they making it go so far?
Yeah, because, like, this thing is firing from well inside Belka at this point, and we're, like, close to the border right now. Yeah. We're, like, hundreds of miles away, probably, like, even thousands, I don't know.
Yeah, and you're pretty high up in the air. Is that altitude in miles or kilometers?
I think it's feet.
Oh, feet. Yeah, you're pretty high up.
Yeah, 4,000 feet going about probably 750 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Or kilometers, probably. I don't know.
Like...
It's Japan, so it probably is the metric system, but...
yeah, probably. In that case, if it's Japan, then the altitude might be in meters.
Yeah.
That's still pretty high up.
Yeah.
So, in conclusion, science cannot explain that, because it is magic. Slash bullshit.
Yeah. Welcome to Ace Combat, dear. Glad you could finally make it.
I'm so glad to be here for this SRPG experience.
Yes. This is a game where planes can carry up to 100 missiles on them without having to resupply or rearm.
That's okay. Okay, sure. Yeah, fine. Okay. You don't understand. I was there for chaos mode. I can deal with anything.
Oh yeah, at least the planes won't suddenly start flying backwards or change size, or the colors will go all crazy.
Or turn into R-wings.
Yeah.
There's mods for that.
Return to base.
Jesus Christ.
There's probably mods for that. Let's be honest.
Well, I don't know. It's a PS2 game. I don't think you can really mod this all that much, but...
Oh.
Well, holy crap. Thank God we don't have to do that a second or third time.
Yeah, right? That would just be, like, physically painful.
That was a bad nightmare. We lost several of our members. Mercenaries like us are disposable to the guys in charge. But in the end, we survived.
Thanks, Pixie.
The mission objectives were achieved, but our forces were dealt a heavy blow by enemy laser ordnance.
Just let that phrase sink in. Enemy laser ordnance.
If not, I fear the war will put an end to us.
What? So was it a laser or a chemical weapon? Oh.